Item Number SCP-2744-JP. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2744-JP is to be housed in a standard small fauna containment cell with environment type indoors. Flooring may be of any material standard for indoors environment, although SCP-2744-JP appears to prefer carpet. Cell should be furnished with at least 5 different pieces of furniture for human or feline use, with at least 1 piece of human furniture and at least 1 cat bed. Any bed type is suitable. 10 cat toys of different types should also be kept in the room to keep SCP-2744-JP preoccupied and prevent boredom. It is recommended that furniture in the cell promote physical activity and mental stimulation, batting, scratching, climbing, jumping, etc., and that furniture and toys be rotated into use based on SCP-2744-JP's level of interest. Raw fish of any type may be offered to encourage good behavior. Observation through security cameras placed in the cell should be maintained continuously by at least 2 personnel, 1 watching each camera feed. Any instance of SCP-2744-JP becoming incorporeal outside of testing must be immediately reported to Dr. Seamus McEntergott and Site Security, and treated as a translocation type containment breach. Description: SCP-2744-JP is the collective designation for what is presumed to be a domestic cat, with white cloth draped over it. The cat is of an unknown breed, with black fur on its ears, tail, and around its eyes. The cloth is a white sheet similar to a bedsheet, covering the cat's body, with the middle of the sheet covering the face area. 2 eye holes, 2 ear holes, and a tail hole in the sheet allow the cat's ears and tail to protrude and its eyes to view through the sheet. 3 lines appear to be drawn onto the sheet on SCP-2744-JP's muzzle using permanent ink, mimicking the presence of whiskers. The corners of the sheet fall where the cat's feet should appear, and each corner appears to have toes drawn onto the sheet with permanent ink. The underside of the sheet corners show a paw print, also appearing as if drawn on. The sheet itself must be irregularly shaped for it to cover SCP-2744-JP in the way which it does, but measuring the sheet show all sides to be exactly 0.5 meters long, no matter where the sheet is measured. The sheet is secured by a dark blue ribbon tied around the cat's neck, with a silver bell threaded on the ribbon. The bell itself is fully functional with all parts, but will not emit noise. SCP-2744-JP cannot exist in a tangible form without its sheet covering it. Although SCP-2744-JP's ears, eyes, and tail are clearly visible while the sheet covers it, any attempt to view SCP-2744-JP under the sheet is impossible. Attempting to view SCP-2744-JP by moving the sheet appears to distress or anger it, as it has resisted every attempt so far. SCP-2744-JP moves by walking on the 4 corners of the sheet, with each corner's paw folded into the proper position, with the paw print side touching the ground surface. There appear to be normal cat feet under the sheet while in the corporeal form, as the sheet will conform to the shape of legs and feet when in movement. Moving the sheet fully will cause SCP-2744-JP to become incorporeal immediately. Its sheet will always fall completely flat, no matter how it is observed to have fallen, and no matter the impossibility for it to fall naturally into such a position. The bell and ribbon will disappear. The sheet will not resist gravity, and will drape itself over ledges, and such as expected, but will stay flat and show no wrinkles. After a few moments, SCP-2744-JP will usually return to inhabit the sheet once more, and the ribbon and bell will reappear around its neck. If the sheet becomes doused in liquid, SCP-2744-JP will become incorporeal in the same way as outlined above, and will not return until the sheet has dried. The sheet will not permanently stain no matter what liquid it is doused in, and the process of drying will cause any discoloration from the liquid to also disappear. Attempting to view SCP-2744-JP under the sheet by observing SCP-2744-JP from below, such as from position where the viewer is underneath SCP-2744-JP, or viewing via a camera placed under SCP-2744-JP, will cause 2744-JP to appear only as a sheet with 5 holes cut out of it, similar in size to the eye, ear, and tail holes seen in its corporeal form, lying flat on the surface. This can cause visual inconsistencies, as SCP-2744-JP will continue to interact with surroundings as per usual for its corporeal state, but will appear only as a flat sheet sliding on a 2-dimensional plane. The corners of the sheet in this viewed state will show the paw prints in their expected locations. Viewing SCP-2744-JP from position where it is possible to see both above and under the sheet will cause both the flat sheet view and the corporeal view, generally causing mild headaches to the viewer. This is likely due to the visual inconsistency rather than the anomalous effects. Addendum A. SCP-2744-JP is capable of leaving temporary paw prints on surfaces as it walks, leaving what appears to be a permanent ink transfer stain in the shape of the paw print on the sheet. These marks will linger for a varying amount of time, while the marks usually fade within 2 to 3 seconds of appearing. Some marks have been documented as remaining for up to 4 minutes before disappearing. There does not appear to be any reason for these inconsistencies, although it may be that SCP-2744-JP is capable of controlling how long these paw prints remain. See Data Log 2744 Paw Print for detailed information. Addendum B. It is possible to trap SCP-2744-JP out of its corporeal form by laying the sheet down incorrectly. If the sheet is laid down with the paw print side up, SCP-2744-JP will be unable to take its corporeal form again until the sheet is laid with the toes side up. Disembodied meowing can be heard from the immediate area surrounding the sheet, and will continue until the sheet is placed correctly, and SCP-2744-JP will return to inhabit the sheet once more. Trapping SCP-2744-JP out of its sheet appears to greatly distress it, and it will lie prone for an extended period of time once it has returned to corporeal form. Addendum C. SCP-2744-JP requires no sustenance and will not react to food or water offered to it. The exception is raw seafood, which SCP-2744-JP will always accept and eat. The food will vanish when it comes into contact with SCP-2744-JP's mouth area, although SCP-2744-JP will not show any visible change in mass. Cooked fish is always ignored like all other food, and some types of cooked seafood have also been ignored.